Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to the last part. It's been such a slog for me to get these out, but I don't care if anyone views them. I'm compelled to get these out because I like making these videos. I hope someone at least enjoys watching them. They're not completely worthless. They might be though. Oh well. It's good to speak to myself anyway now and again. Hey me, how you doing? Anyway, let's get on with Warrior and Neutrals. This is going to be probably like a 45-minute video because there's a lot of neutrals. Let's get started then. 4 mana 2/2 Blood Razor. This is basically just a Death Spite. Yeah, it's 4 mana. It's exactly the same as Death Smite. You get two deal 1 damage to effects. And Hunter, Warrior, they like their deal 1 damage effects. No one's made an optimum deck yet for this type of effect. It would be good if we still had Grim Patrons. We don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of things that you can synergize with this. Like Genesis, for example. That's not a bad card when you combo it with a board full of minions, you know. You've got Death Revenant. I'm gonna say Revenant, hope it's Revenant. You get stuff like that. When it survives, summon a 2/2 ghoul. You know, when it survives, summon a legendary. It's just great. All these things are so good with synergy, and hopefully they carry on bringing out cool cards that synergize with this. You got Armor Smith, you gain 7 armor from this basically. You know, it's a good card. It was good in the beginning and it's still a good card now. I feel like this is a good card. It's good against aggro as well. It's basically clear 1 drops off, trade with like a 3 or 2 drop, and then when it dies again, trade with more 1 drops, you know, or the remaining of the 2 drops that have 1 health left or something like that. It's a good card. I like it. It's a weapon as well, which is important because there's a lot of weapon synergy in this expansion. Next we got a 1 mana 1/3 animated berserker. After you play a minion, do 1 damage to it. That's alright. There isn't many 1 drops. I think this is one of the weaker like deal 1 damage cards that we've seen, because it's not like a Wind Fury effect. It's still okay though. It's a 1 drop. It's pretty weak, I think, against most of the other decks. Like, you're gonna put 2 copies of Blood Razor in. You're gonna put, I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't think this is a good card. I feel like there's a lot of other cards that deal 1 damage that are better than this card. You might see it like 1 or 2 of them, 1 being played, but we'll have to wait and see. Like, I haven't done any testing, so this could be amazing, and I just don't know yet. It probably won't be though. And we got Forge of Souls. Forge of Souls, mwah. I like it. The only problem I've got with this is, I don't know. I kind of like this card. I feel like they've tried to push like a completely weapon deck. This is good in your aggro decks, and I don't like this, but it is. It's a good card in your aggro decks. You put all the big beefy weapons. You put your Fiery War Axes in. You put the 5 mana weapons in. The Reaver, the Summit Reaver, Arcanine Reaver in. You put that in, and you're probably gonna have some of them left in the deck. You just draw them. Saves cards, it helps you draw faster. I like it. It's a good card. I don't think it works well in control decks though. Now we've got Mountain Fire Armor. Death Rattle, if it's your opponent's turn, gain 6 armor. This is a good card. This is kind of built for control. I don't think there's a way to taunt this up. It'd be good if you could taunt this up. Yeah, I can't though. I like it. Gain 6 armor if it's your opponent's turn. There's a lot of like, if it's this cards in the expansion. This is Warriors. If it's your opponent's turn, gain 6 armor. I like these cards. It's Death Rattle. Is Death Rattle a thing? I feel like, have Warrior got any decent Death Rattles? I don't think they have, you know. I don't think Death Rattle's really that important at all. But I just like Moonfire Armor. It's a good free drop. I think I've talked about this card before. If you want to go see like a more in-depth view of it, I covered most of the cards like 2 weeks ago. I'll leave like a playlist of all like the reviews and that at the end of the video, and go back and watch them if you want. Next we've got Valkyrie Soul Claimer. Whenever this minion is damaged, summon a 2/2. It's just great. It's good synergy with the rest of the cards. I like it. It might be a bit too weak, but you guarantee. Oh, it has to survive. No, yeah, it has to survive. That's one thing to consider. It's like an Armor Smith. You put this on Armor Smith down and then you play this Blood Razor. I like it. I like that. I think this is a decent card, especially when you combo in it with these cards like Death Revenant and stuff like that. I like it. I think it has a lot of potential. It kind of is a mini Grim Patron that doesn't spawn copies of itself. Just spawn schools. I like it though. Oh, I've also thought of, you know, the one that deal 1 damage and summon these if it survives. That's just a lot better than this animated armor. It just is, you know. I'm just saying that I like this card anyway. It's synergy with these as well, you know. There's a lot of cards like this in Warrior. I like them. Next on the list, we got Death Revenant. Sorry for the music change. Quick break. Sorry. Death Revenant, Battlecry, gain 1/1 for each damage minion. And that's on both sides of the field. That's a key point. So, 3/3. What you have to think about when you play this card is how many damage minions do you have to have for this to become a good card? Now, I'd say most 5 drops are 5 6s. That's like a plain 5 drop. So it has to be at least like a 7/7 to be like a good card, I'd say. So you need at least 4 damage minions on the field. That's like too few and too few opponent. So if you play this, Wind Fury, that's 2 on your side. Wind Fury again, there's 3 on your side, and there has to be at least 1 on your opponent's side. I think this is achievable a lot of the time. I feel like this is a good card. I feel like that you can achieve a big minion a lot of times when you play this card without like a lot of problems. I feel like this is a good card. This is going to see play, I think. 2 mana, bring it on, gain 10 armor, reduce the cost of the minions in your opponent's hand by 2. I think this is good when your opponent has ran out of steam, good against aggro. Say your opponent has just unloaded their hand against you and it's an aggro. You just play this. If you're about to die, you just play this, you know. I think this is a good card. You run 1 or 2 copies of it, and I think everyone runs 1 copy in, and then 2 copies is maybe, you know. It's alright though. It's not too bad. You don't play the. It's not really control-y because they're gonna have lots of big minions, and getting them out 2 turns early is a big deal. It's a big deal. Alright then, Dead Man's Hand allows warriors to go infinite. You got Dread Druid, and now you've got infinite cards. It's okay. I kinda like it. I don't think you need 2 copies. Like everyone's like, oh, you need to get 2 copies to go infinite. No, you don't. You just need 1 copy. You just need to put a ton of like, I don't know, an execute, and then a few decent like an execute, a brawl, and then some other rubbish, and you've sorted really. You beat a lot of the decks. You don't need like both copies in your hand. I feel like if you put 2 copies in as well, they're 2 dead draws against aggro. So I only think you need 1. 1's good enough. We'll have to see though. I like this card. I think it will see play. Rot Face, what an ugly looking thing. This is the most disgusting card I've ever seen. Whenever this minion takes damage and survives, summon a random legendary. So basically we got a Sneed's Old Shredder. This is definitely it is 6 HP. I'm saying if you play this you've got to combo it on your turn, and I'm gonna say that it's gonna at least summon 1 legendary minion. Now remember, you've got legendary minions like patches and stuff like that. Is it good? I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think it's a decent legendary. It's better than the past few warrior legendaries, that's all I can say. I like it. It synergizes with the overall deck. I like it. I feel like you can have a lot of fun, a lot of trolling moments with this card, and that's what Hearthstone's about, innit? Having fun. I like this card. It's one of the better legendaries, I'd say anyway. And then we've got Scourge Lord himself, Scourge Lord Garrosh. Equip a 4/3 Shadow Morn that also damages adjacent minions. That'll probably be like, I bet it would become a keyword soon. It'd be like cleave or something. Keyword called cleave. Bet you they'll add it in sooner or later. Hero power, deal 1 damage to all minions. That's alright. In the past, it's basically, that's worth 2 mana. That's basically just a like a half Maelstroms. It's like a Spirit Lash without the healing, or yeah, like a Defile that doesn't combo. Or yeah, I like it. It's good. Warrior needed that. This combos so well with all the other cards. You've got an you don't have to. You draw this. You have an empty hand. You have Scourge Lord Garrosh in play. You can combo it. You know. I'm pretty sure they made this 8 just so it would combo with the hero power. It would combo with this. It will combo with this. It will combo with this. It will combo with a lot of cards. I love this. It's so controlly and it combos with Sleeping with the Fishes. It's great. I love it. But I still don't think Warrior is Wallet Warrior level yet. RIP Wallet Warrior. It was good while it lasted. I don't think it's back to its former glory, but I feel like Warrior can get there with this Death Knight. I feel like it's one of the better ones of the set. Warrior haven't pulled the short straw this time around. Let's have a look at the neutral legendaries and let's have a look at all the princes first. Prince, oh, what are these? What is these names? I'm just gonna say Prince for 2 mana. If your deck has no 2-drops, give all your minions in your deck +1/+1. I've talked about this before, briefly. I think I've talked about most of these before, briefly. Yeah, I've talked about all of them before, briefly, actually. I don't like any of them. They're all really bad cards, in my opinion. If you get these in your legendary, you're guaranteed in your first 10 plaques. Ripperonis, because these cards are bad. These cards are bad. Like, turn 2 is such a crucial turn. Like, it's no fire with War Axes. It's just no minions. These cards would be a lot better if it said no minions, but it's no cards in your deck. That's spells, weapons, minions, a lot. I absolutely hate these princes. They're so, how are you meant to draw them? Unless they were guaranteed to be in your hand, it's like not worth playing them at all. And you're only going to play one of them, and they're not good enough, you know. If your deck has no 3-drops, transform into a copy of a minion, into a 3/3 copy of a minion. That's so bad. For 3 mana, it means you have no 3-drops in your deck. I can't see any of these being played. They're so bad. I don't know what Blizzard were thinking. Unless I can. These only really see play in like super greedy control decks. And even then, like, you've got no executes in Warrior with this. With this one, you have no OP Priest 3-drops, no Priest of the Feast with this one. You know, no Consecrate, no. It just removes so many cards that you can play in these OP like big fat decks, and it's just not worth it. I'd rather just have them in my deck than these cards. They're so bad. I feel so RIP if you get any of them. Now, these are the good cards. I like these two. This is basically Dr. 8 from what I've seen so far, and this is just like Dr. Small 8. This is a lot better than this one though. Itch King 8 for 8. At the end of your turn, add a random Death Knight card to your hand. Here they are. They're so OP. We've got Anti-Magic Spell. Give your minions +2/2 and can't be targeted by hero powers. That's amazing. I love that. It's basically just if you played. This is like a token deck stream, this card is. It's so good. And then you got Death Core, deal 5 damage to an enemy, it will restore 5 health to a friendly character, so you could hit yourself for this for 5 health if you need it. Give it another friendly minion 5 health, you could deal 5 damage for 2 mana, it's so good, it's so good. You got Obliterate, your hero takes damage. Destroy a minion, your hero takes damage equal to its health. That's quite good, that's not too bad. It's not completely broken though, that one isn't. And then Frostmourne, Death Rattle summon every minion killed by this weapon. That's OP. You're gonna need a lot of health there to be swinging that thing around on turn 7. You got the Impact Destroy minions, remove the top cards from your deck for each minion destroyed. Death Grip, steal a minion from your opponent's deck, that's OP, I love this card. Board clear again, more board clear, deal 3 damage to all enemies. Remove the top 5 cards of your deck, summon any minions removed. So you've got create a board, destroy your opponent's board, destroy all minions, take a card from your opponent's deck, a weapon that summons minions, buff minions, a 1 target kill, and then another 1 target kill. They're just so good, all of them are. There's not a weak one among them. This is basically Dr. 8. I've seen so many people play this card so far. The expansion isn't out where I am, but it is in US. Yeah, I like this card, it's so good. If you get this, I'm just going to craft it straight away basically if I don't get it. If I don't get it from opening packs, I'm going to craft this because it's great. And you got Arthurus, therefore add a random Death Knight card to your hand. I don't think it's that good. At first I was like, oh, this is great. But I think you need Beast deck to put this in. I think this is only good in the Beast deck. You just put the Lich King in, the Lich King's good enough. You don't need Arthurus as well, you know. It's a bit weak, it's a death route. It doesn't come back. If you got this off a Beast deck, this is great in. But other than that, it's not. At the 8 neutral epics now, most of these are situational, they always are. You got Rubian and Reveler, your spells cost 2 more, 6 mana 5/5. Spells cost 2 more in general. 6 mana 5/5, that's bad. I haven't got anything else to say about that, that's bad. It's just bad in general, isn't it? Corpse Taper, gain taunt. If your deck has a taunt menu, repeat for Divine Shield, Life Steal and Wind Fury. There's not many good cards with Wind Fury. Unless you got like Alec here, the Windlord in there. So you can cross that one off. It's not getting Wind Fury. You can. I see this card being played in 1 copy in Paladin. You've got Tyrion, there's your taunt and Divine Shield. You've got Bristle Brassel, there's your taunt, Divine Shield, Lifesteal. And you have a few more taunt minions in there as well, it's just good. You know, I like this card. It's good. You only need 1 copy in there, because if they're both at the bottom of your deck, they're useless basically, you know. Meatwagon, Death Rattle, summon a minion from your deck with less attack than this one. This basically just gets Doomsayer out straight away if you need it. That's all I can think of. Pretty bad card though, you might as well just put Doomsayer in your deck, you know. It's 4 mana as well, it's pretty bad. You got 5 mana, Tomb Lurker, Battlecry, add a Death Rattle minion that died this game to your hand. That's not too bad. It's not that good though, you're playing 5 mana for a 5/3. And then you've got, this is like really greedy Death Rattle decks. We'll see. I'm not sure if it's going to work. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. You got Skulking Geist. Destroy 1 cough spells in both hands and deck. So this gets rid of Innovate. This basically just kills Druid basically. Gets rid of your Innovates and Jade Idols. I can't think of many more 1 cost spells. You got your quests, but you're gonna play them if you got them, aren't you, straight away. That's about it really. It just deals with Druid. This is like an answer to Jade Druid, I feel. This is the Jade Crab. We wanted a Jade Crab. This is basically Blizzard's answer to Jade, I feel. Jade Druid taking over. Because they wanted to bring the more control meta in, but they don't want it to be just like taken over completely by Jade Druid, you know. You got Rattling Rascal, Battlecry from the 5/5 skeleton, Death Rattle summon 1 for your opponent. It's okay. It has potential. This combos with Warlock, the one where you give it to your opponent. That's quite good with this one. It has potential. Really niche decks though. And you got Darkrai Enchant at the end of your turn. End of turn effects trigger twice. You get double Rag hits, double your Sarah cards, double Lich King draws. It's good. It's not good enough to put in a constructed deck though. It's a good card though, I like it. This one, I like this one. This has a lot of potential. I feel discard your weapons from your hands and gain their stats. So you play the one that's one from Warrior that takes 2 weapons out your deck. You play this for 8 mana and you gain the stats. That is OP. Unless your opponent has hard removal. This is a good card. I like it. It does put all your eggs in one basket though, so we'll have to see. I can see this seeing some play there. This is one of the cards that I can see having some play. These 3, these 5 have some play. This one and this one. These 2 are rubbish. This one is rubbish, I think. This one is kind of rubbish. And then we've got Death Punisher. Battlecry, give a random lifesteal minion in your hand +2/+2. That's pretty rubbish, isn't it? 4 mana 3/3. You have to have a lifesteal minion in your hand. There's not that many of them. That's rubbish. Oh, there are some garbage neutral cards. There always is. They have to print garbage neutral cards, because if they print OP cards all the time, then like stuff like Maelstrom Portal 1-drops would be OP every time you got one. Stuff like Transform would be OP because you were guaranteed OP cards. You know, they have to print bad cards. I understand them doing this, but there are some a lot worse cards than others. For example, Ticking Abomination. Death Rattle, deal 5 damage to your minions. This is like an evolved person's nightmare. This is the worst card you can get from Evolve, because you're going to have a deck when you evolve. If you have this, it's going to be so bad. It's going to be so bad for you. This is like a punish card. Your opponent gets this, you punish them for it. This, you never see this constructed. This is absolute garbage. Worst card in the set, in my opinion. Shallow Gravedigger. Add a random Death Rattle minion to your hand. It's random. You could get a Ticking Abomination, you know. I think it's okay for 3 mana. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's some potential. Good in Arena. This one I like though. Hero powers are disabled, especially now with the OP hero powers. Just disable them, you know. It can save your life. You have 1 health. Their only way to do 1 damage is ping. They can't ping you. You know, it saves you a few turns. I like this card. It's a good card. I don't think people will realise it's a good card, and I don't think it will be fit into many constructed decks because it doesn't really synergise with anything. We'll have to see though. Got Phantom Freebooter. Gain stats equal to your weapons. It's a great Pirate Warrior card. That's about it, innit? Pirate Warrior, nothing else. Corpse Raiser, Battlecry. If you friendly minions if you give a friendly minion Death Rattle, resummon this minion. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's basically like a Bog Creeper, but kind of reverse. It's greedy. It's a greedy card. Bog Creeper doesn't see any play. This card's not going to see any play. That's mine. That's my analogy. Taunt, Battlecry, summon a copy of this minion. This is a good evolved card, nothing else really. Happy Ghoul. Cost 0 if your hero was healed this turn. That's not too bad, is it? I can't see a heal deck just running this. I don't see this isn't a good card, but it's not a bad card either, you know. It's a 3 mana 3/3 and possibly a 0 mana 3/3, so can't moan that much, you know. It'd be better if it was 2 mana, but oh well. 4 mana 5/5. Keening Banshee. I think that's what it says. Whenever you play a card, remove the top 3 cards from your deck. It's pretty bad, isn't it? It's basically the Fell Giant, Fell Reaver Giant. You know what I'm on about, but a lot worse. It's a bad card. Never play it. It's a punish card. You evolve into this, you cry, you know. Bone Drake, Death Rattle, add a random dragon to your hand. It's a dragon, it's 6/5. It's a good card. I like it. Good dragon synergies. It's a good card. I like it. You got your neutral commons now. We've got Bone Drake in here for some reason, I noticed earlier, so we're just going to go straight over that. Bone Mare, that's an okay card, isn't it? Battlecry, give a friendly minion +4/+4 and taunt. See, 9/9 plus taunt for 7. That's a good arena card. Maybe constructed, we'll have to wait and see. 0 mana Snow Flipper Penguin. Yeah, like printing 0 mana cards, it's a beast. It makes beast synergy worse, you know, you gotta get this from Build a Beast and stuff like that, so it's not that bad though. It's not good either though. You're not gonna put this in any deck. 5 mana 5/5 at the end of your turn, give a random friendly minion +3 attack. It's a dragon, more dragon synergy. It's not a good dragon. It's dragon synergy though. It's a kind of pack filler. It's not a good card. You're not going to see this in any constructed deck. So This is an okay arena card though, it's not a bad arena card. Some really good arena cards. I feel like they're trying to push arena into control as well. Necrotic Ghast. Whenever one of your other minions dies, summon a 2/2 ghoul. 6 mana, 5/3, absolute garbage. That's all I can say. You're gonna have to like kill an entire board to make this card worthwhile, you know. You got Death Speaker, give a friendly minion immune this turn. 3 mana, 2/4. That's pretty good, isn't it? That's not bad at all. And you got Fallen Sun Clerk. This is a really good. Oh, it's not that good. I thought it said friendly minions. I think this is again a zoo card. Fallen Sun Clerk. Give a friendly minion +1/+1. Sun Clerk again, just a bit different. It's an okay. I think it's better than the original Sun Clerk. You know, it's a 2 mana 3/2 basically, isn't it? Which is standard. It's not good. Yeah, I like it. It's definitely decent to put in your deck. You get 1 mana, 1/1 Murloc, Dreadscale Knight. I'm gonna put this in Murloc Shaman. Lifesteal, good Murloc card. I like it. You gotta print Murloc cards to keep up with the rest of the stuff. I like it. It doesn't really make any sense, but I like it. And you got this one. Not a clue what that says. Frost Rider. Freeze your other minions. Ooh, we're going through these fast. How many? Oh, whoa! What is that? I thought we were going through these cards fast. Apparently not. Freeze your other minions. Good for Shaman. Nothing else. 4 mana 3/3 is okay. If you got no minions on the board, that's alright as well. Good for Arena. Good in Shaman, I guess. You combo this with the legendary. It's okay. It's not that good though, is it? Night Howler. Whenever this minion takes damage, +2 attack. It's a small Gurubashi Berserker. It's not better. It's a 4 mana 3/4. I'd say it survives. It survives 1 lot of damage and it becomes a 4 mana 5/4, which is a standard 4 mana card. It's not a good card, I don't think. Yeah, because it's just like a 4. Even if it was started as a 5 mana, it's 4 mana 5/4. That's just a basic 4 mana card, you know. So even if it gets buffed once, it's a basic 4 mana card. This is the type of card that they, I think, have printed that some people might try on Warrior. But again, the biggest you're gonna get this is 6, 9, 9, and 9/1. 4 mana 9/1. So, still not that good, is it? 2 mana 2/3 Battlecry, give you friendly minions +1, and plus it's more expensive than the one that just gains 1 attack from whenever another minion is damaged. It's just a lot worse. Give a friendly minions +1 spell damage. It's a good 2-drop, plus it's got +1 spell damage. I like this card. It's a lot better than all the other garbage they've printed. I think this could even see some play in constructed decks, you know. It's a good card. It's a good arena card. Good card overall. Love it. Fire Growl. I know you say that. If it's your opponent's turn, summon a 2/2 ghoul. That's basically just a reshuffle around with the mech. You know what I'm on about. The Golem summit, Harvest Golem. And Harvest Golem, it doesn't have to be your opponent's turns. It's just a lot worse than that, isn't it? A lot worse than Turn Golem. You might as well just put Turn Golem in. Plus, it's a mech, you know. It's a lot better. You got 1 mana 2/1 Icarus Veteran. Battlecry, if you give a friendly minion +1 attack. It's kind of like Abusive Sergeant. I like it. It's a good zoo card. I give it that. I could see it going in some zoo decks, and it's a good card for Arena as well. I got Venomancer, 5 mana 2/5 with Poisonous. It's not that good. It really isn't that good. It's not even a good Arena card, really. It's good. It's an okay Arena card. I'll give it that. It's something decent to evolve into if you want to clear some off, but yeah, I can't see this being in many decks at all. We've still got like 8 to do. I'm gonna need a big drink after this. You got Scalamancer Death Route if it's your opponent's turn. 788 Skeleton. It's better than all the other cards that say if it's your opponent's turn. Better than most of them. It's 5 mana 10/10. Could be. That's pretty OP, isn't it? 5 mana 10/10. Plus, yeah. I like it. I like this card. It's good. You gotta get them to kill it though, which could be difficult. Grave Shambler. When your weapon is destroyed, gain 1/1. +1/+1. This is at best a 5/5 for 4. At worst a 4/4 for 4. And it's an elemental as well. I suppose that it's basically just a bad Yeti in it with an elemental tag. It's not a good card, I don't think. How many weapons are you gonna go through before this dies? Like 1, 2 maybe. It's a bad card. I don't like this. It goes along with the weapon theme though. Maybe you might consider putting it in. 2 mana 1/1. Divine Shield +1 spell damage. Tainted Zealot. It's better than Kobold, Frigid Snowbolt, Kobold, or whatever it's called. Yeah, it's just a plain card again. Spell damage card. The same with this one, 6 mana 4/4 +2 spell damage. It's basically like the evolved Kobold, but a bit better. They're just power creeps on evolved Kobolds. These two are. Like a Red Chatilla, which again is another zoo card. There seems to be a common theme with all these commons, don't there? Red Chatilla, when this minion attacks, deals 2 damage to the enemy minion. It's kind of a Leper Gnome. That's the card I couldn't remember from the last review. Leper Gnome. It's kind of like a worse version of that because you're not guaranteed to get it off every time, you know. You got a Wicked Skeleton, +1/+1 for each minion that died this turn. How many minions are going to die in a turn? Like 3. So this is a 4 mana 4/4, which is bad. This is a bad card. Get this out of here. It's a good zoo card though. It's kind of a zoo card. Again, all commons are basically zoo cards for some reason. Oh, last 2. Grim Necromancer Battlecry summon 2 1/1 skeletons. So it's a 4 mana 4/6. That's pretty good, isn't it? Plus it's good for evolve. I like this card. This is a good one. It's kind of good for zoo as well. And last of all, Bloodworm, 5 mana 4/4 beast with lifesteal. It's not a beast. It's not a good beast. It's a pretty bad beast. But it's something bad to get with your Zombeast. It's a bad card. It's okay in arena, not too good though. It's a beast at the end of the day. You could put 1 copy in and see how you do, but pretty bad. Pretty bad. Oh. And breathe. Oh. There they all are. In time for the expansion tomorrow. I've done it. This might come out after the expansion comes out in every region. Don't know, I might struggle and get it out tonight. Who knows. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go drink a litre of water now because my throat is absolutely killing me for talking for so long. Sorry if I've gone to them so quick. There's so many. And they're playing cards. There's not really much to talk about with all these cards. Thanks for watching them all. Thank you for sticking with me. If you've stuck this long through the video, you probably haven't. Hi me, I'm probably talking to myself. Anyway, if you have, you get a clap, and that's not a sarcastic clap because you're the only person in the world to watch this video all the way through. Just think about that when you're lying in bed. Thanks for watching. See you guys later in some more, not just the Frozen Throne stuff. Bye bye.